shows must a man produce before people think it's legit. Maybe just a few more, but I'm getting there, right? What's going on, y'all? Konda, this is your homie Jaime FUEGO, here with you on a Tuesday afternoon. Just felt like singing today, and the reason I'm singing, jumping for joy, so excited, is that my U.S. men's national soccer team is once again playing today, or this evening, I should be more specific. 6 p.m., they're going against Honduras. It's going to be a fantastic moment because if we, in fact, win tonight, we're officially through and have our ticket punched to the World Cup next year, which is in Brazil. So exciting stuff, but for those who are not of the deportes variety, the lovers of that, the sports stuff, not watching NBA Finals or soccer or anything like that, if you're strictly music people, that's why you got me here. I'm, as per always, day by day, going to be telling you what show I think is one of the raddest to check out here in the Valley. And tonight, there's a group that I actually wrote about way back in 2009, back in the Playtime days. That's right, Playtime magazine, if anybody recalls that publication. We considered ourselves the Playboy of the Southwest, and I started out just as a local music writer for them back in February of 2009, but slowly ascended the ranks and ended up pretty much writing everything but the skin portions of the magazine. So all the entertainment stuff, the dining, the music, sports, entertainment articles, all that stuff, that was me, Senior FUEGO. And way back in December of 2009, I wrote about this band, which is playing a show this evening. They're called A Life of Science, and these cats are concept heavy, which anybody who knows me well enough knows that I am a just big proponent of that type of music making. The solo record that I've been working on since my last metal band, kind of disintegrated, unfortunately, a few years ago, is concept heavy in and of itself. My favorite record of all time is Pink Floyd The Wall. And I know that I talk about, Bad Religion being my favorite band, but Pink Floyd The Wall, greatest album of all time, at least in my estimation. And that's because it's concept heavy, it's 28 sprawling tracks, it covers all kinds of, just a vast array of emotions. They had a film which accompanied it, and for me, anytime that you have visuals accompanying music, it always just brings that much more life to it, that much more just emotion and vigor and feeling. And so, the reason I mention all of that is because A Life of Science are concept heavy in their own right. Just last year in December, they released Crystal City, which is basically the third part in a trilogy which tells the story of a protagonist by the name of John Tate, and he is in more ways than one both the savior and the destroyer of the world. It takes place in the future, but high concept, as I mentioned, and the aspects that they tried to pursue, they tried to take it even a step further than Floyd did. They had an accompanying comic book, working on a novel, videos, obviously, so a film aspect as well. They were basically covering as many bases as possible to just really get the full story of what had been conceived across to audiences. And I have a lot of respect for that, there's bands that just basically do just enough and, think, fantastic music, that's cool, we don't, no frills, whatever. And I can respect that type of approach too, especially with my affinity for punk rock. But in the same right, you got to respect somebody who gives a lot more thought to what they're doing and tries to take it to another level as far as not just being music. I have loads and loads, just the utmost respect for anyone who takes that type of approach. And so the track that I'm about to play is from the third album in the trilogy. And so basically, this all started with The Apneist back in 2009, which was when I first wrote about them. And then it has continued through their second record, which was called Vita Nova. And now this is their third record that came out just at the end of last year, called Crystal City. And that's what this selection is from. And this track is called, very appropriately so, A Toast to the End of Days. So there's no Schwarzenegger here for you, but there's, lots of fantastic music that's about to dwell within your ears. So check it out. Here you go, y'all. This is A Life of Science.
The days have seemed like months since you've been gone. I know you would have wanted things to carry on. As the tension builds, the walls build up across the fortress that we've made to keep our public safe from harm. We may not win, the town could fall, but that's the risk we'll have to take if we're to put up this impenetrable wall. Attention, I remember the words that you once told me. You said the righteous always win. So here we are, the knights of noble hopes, intentions laced with gold. The shadow-laden figure that lurks the night will be exposed, and peace will reign again and order be restored. So can we shake it? Can we kick it into gear? Don't think that a normal, stable life is just a dream. As the tension builds, the walls build up across the fortress that we've made to keep our public safe from harm. We may not win, the town could fall, but that's the risk we'll have to take if we're to put up this impenetrable wall and forever thrive. It seems that we've been digging our way out since Earth became a hole. It's hardly right. Not a day goes by when I don't think of how things could have been if I just ran away with my sweetheart to a shady porch on a pale glass lake where we could kick our shoes off, sit and watch the whole world dissolve.
Synthesize a city in that crystal city, right? And that's actually courtesy of producer Larry Elia of Mind's Eye Digital, who's worked with, heavy hitters like I Set to Kill, our beloved Jimmy World, who just put out a record a couple weeks ago that is fantastic, and I urge everyone to check out. But the band which we are talking about is the one that we just listened to. They're called A Life of Science, and that man Larry was at the helm of their albums, which are concept heavy, as I mentioned, and utterly fantastic. I hope that you enjoyed what I just played for you. And they're actually going to be playing this evening at the Long Wongs at the Firehouse, which is in Tempe. They're set to go on at about 10 o'clock. And the sweetest part of all is that this show is free. Yeah, we're talking gratis. There is no charge. So, more money to stuff your face with wings over there at Long Wongs, or, get some pictures of cerveza, or, whatever is to your liking, amigos. So I urge all of you to scope these guys out. Anytime somebody puts just that much thought, feeling, and effort into the art that they're producing, I mean, it's at least worthwhile for your attention, So that's what I urge everybody to do this evening. If you're not of the sports kind, and even if you are, check it out. The game will start at around 6, and if these guys aren't going on until 10, you got tons of time to get your fix of the sports and stuff, the shooty hoops, the kicky ball, and then you can head out to the Firehouse Long Longs at the firehouse afterwards, and you'll be there just in time to see A Life of Science, who are playing along with Objective Perspective. Very cool name there. Give those guys credit. Sense in a Dream. They are the openers at 9 o'clock. But Life of Science is going on at 10. They're the ones that I'm featuring today. It's good to be talking about these guys again. Glad that they completed their trilogy of records. But you gotta just wonder when their protagonist, John Tate, is going to be coming back, because, even if the trilogy is finished, there's always the prequels, there's always the sequels, as, Mr. George Lucas has reminded us of. So I want to extend a grande gracias to all of my amigos. USA, USA! Estados Unidos. Let's give them all the support that we can today, guys. Google me if you feel like it. If you don't, that's chill too. But if you feel like reading some of my articles, which are, hopefully equally insightful, you can find those on examiner.com. You'll also find the YouTube channel where this podcast visual slight type thing is going down. I'm actually in the process of potentially turning this into a visual spectacle as well. So you'll get to see my feo cabeza and laugh at me, which will be just hilarious. So that's a potential work in progress. But for now, you're just gonna keep hearing this scratchy voice coming at you. But yeah, if you want to hit me up on the Facebook, to the Twitter, Sturf, that's an option as well. But you'll find all of that if you Google me. Subscribe, please. Porfa y gracias to this segment so that you never miss an episode. And once again, I extend my sincerest thanks. Hope everybody has a fantastic evening. And play football. That's right, man. Talk to y'all soon. Adios.